So then, if the particles turning into consciousness can turn into consciousness, then maybe floor, table, house, the tree, they may have the sufficient cause for the consciousness. Even the rocks and stones, they have the particles.
Yeah, that is the scientific point of view, explanation of consciousness and awareness. At the present time, the Western
it's hard to say the scientific point of view is the scientist's point of view.
And I'm saying the Western scientific point of view, the core materialism.
I think scientist's point of view and the scientific point of view is the difference.
It is the materialistic approach.
Many things there's speculations. They're trying to speculate something. So they also, first they speculate the brain. There is no consciousness other than the brain, and then they also, understood brain waves are causing or conditioning by the thought.
They become a circle. They are trying to explain one thing by the other and the other by the same thing. That is a good critique to that position.
So the ocean, from the ocean, the wave, rather the what you call ripples, wave of the tide. So almost like so which means the ocean and the waves are not different. So from the wave and moves the ocean also conditions the wave. So is that if the brain and the consciousness is the, if the consciousness, the brain is like ocean and the wave, then it's still at the brain. So the brain is conditioning the brain itself.
That is a contradiction of this very, very orthodox scientific trying to explain from matter and energy the consciousness.
This story. I think in the old time that one of the great practitioners, our Avalokiteshvara practitioners, Chandrakirti, he tried to prove some of his non-Buddhist friends, some of non-Buddhists like Tsongkhapa, they don't believe previous life and next life, and they debate so many, maybe days. And Chandrakirti find it's very difficult to prove there is the continuity consciousness. And then he said, so now I'm going to prove myself to you. So, I'm old, so I will be born in that same village that you are here. So that particular family, I will be born there. Then I will ask, find yourself. So would you believe that there's the previous life? And this master said, of course, then, this is the very, very... So Chandrakirti born in that family. And when he was maybe 3 months or some kind of 6 months maybe, and he asked his father, where is this masters? He said the name of the masters. And the father was so shocked. This baby is talking to you and asking the person master's name. And he said, that's very unauspicious, the baby talk like, so then the Chandrakirti and stopped talking for years. Then he keep reading the books and keep reading the books. you know. So Chandrakirti, finally he convinced those masters there's a previous life. You know, from logically, it's very, very. He said it's almost, you know, it's really impossible to really convince someone who's totally not believing in previous life, next life, and very, very. It's almost impossible to convince them. So that means the consciousness, you know, separate from the brain. It's very, very difficult to prove that.
It's very,
yeah.
But at the same time, you say, even if there is not anything beyond death, the teaching, the way I see it, the teachings of Buddha, they are so powerful to live just with one life. The teachings of Buddha you can apply to have a happy life.
Yes.
Know, that is what I think it is amazing. That you don't need to die to go to a heaven where you are going to have an enlightenment, or, you know, like just the teachings. I mean, you can live a powerful life even if it is only one.
Yeah.
The teachings are so powerful. It is what I really am very, very attracted to the teachings of Buddha.
Yes. It's some, you know, some master says if other person who not believing in the previous life and next life, but to believe in spirit, and for them is easy to prove. You know, so the spirit, so who believe in the spirits, so from there you can convince them there is the next life. You know, the spirit who believe in the ghosts and spirit, they also believe because someone died, this happened. There's something, you know, residues there. You know. So which means after cremated or the buried is not the total end. It's not end of that existing. So there's something residues, you know, as a spirit of the ghost or something. So which means there is body has cremated, but continuity of the consciousness, the energy is still there. You know. So if there is the energy of the consciousness, so it was once in the body, now why not it can find another body? You know. So the people who totally not believe, even the spirit and God, so there's nothing. If there's something, it has to be seen with eye and touch. Other than that, nothing exists. You know, then probably they could not really, you know, prove their grandfather's existence. So because they have to prove it for the eye, right? So they probably would say, I have no grandmothers. Grandmother is non-existing. Yeah, and then probably if you say, how do you really prove the existence of the wind? You know, wind cannot be seen, but it can see the activity of the wind, the leaves moving, the doors slam, you know. Maybe they probably would say they have no wisdom. So if there's wisdom, then we say, where is it? I want to touch it. I want to see it, your wisdom. So you are, you know, devoid of wisdom. They would say, yes, I'm devoid of wisdom. So, yeah. Any other questions? Okay. Chanju Zenjo Rembo Jema Jeba Ma Jeju Jeba Nyamba Meba Kono Kono Tony Tower Rinpoche, Majeban, Yevanya, Mevan, Kono Kondo, Pamasimja, and the Devon, and Rotom, the Top of Tom, Chanju Samba Kanda Suji, Tadaku, Molum Tribute, Carrera Reparation as a pendant the woman, Cheres of Dinzinja, the Shabbat City, but the danger.
May the religious floating mind not get born or rise and grow. May the born have no decline but increase forevermore. May the religious mind realize uniqueness, not get born or rise and grow. May the born have no decline but increase forevermore. Due to all these merits, may all Father and Mother sentient beings of all the high heights, and may all do our realms be empty forever. Wherever there are ranks of us, may all their prayers be accomplished immediately. In the sacred land surrounded by snow mountains, you are the source of all benefit and happiness. O powerful Chandrakirti, continue so. Remain in this world until the sun rises.
Thank you.